Oh, hi there. I'm sure you're wondering what's going on. I can assure you it's not as it first appears. I know, a butler, a gun, a body lying on the floor. You may have even heard gunshots earlier. Yeah, he was murdered, but it was someone else who shot him. Perhaps I should better explain. You see, while the course of events ended here only moments ago, they began hours before. Others had all been called here by Mr. Walters. This is his house. By the way, that's Mr. Walters over there. This is rather complex. I think it would just be best if I take you back and let you see the course of events yourself. I can never do the story justice in my own words. Imagine it's now earlier this evening, and as I said, others have been called to meet with Mr. Walters, and oh dear, Mr. Walters, Mr. Walters, Steve, you need to get up.
I'm supposed to be dead.
I know, but these people came to see a story unfold, and we can't very well show the course of events of how you were murdered with you lying in the floor dead.
But I've been shot.
No, see, it's earlier now. You won't be shot for some time yet.
Do you think it'll be okay? They won't be upset if a dead man just suddenly stands up and walks away, will they?
No, they'll understand. They came to see a story, not to watch you lie on the floor. Go ahead and get up.
Oh, so now get up. I wasn't really prepared for this. I was expecting to be dead.
I know, but it's for the best.
Oh, so what do I do now?
To start, just wait in the other room.
Oh, I sure hope you know what you're doing.
So do I. As I was saying, several people had been called here by Mr. Walters. This is Betty Dupree, an old flame of Mr. Walters. She still intends to marry him, but not for the right reasons. And here's Jennifer Jones, Mr. Walters' business partner. Lydia Comfrey, Mr. Walters' current fiancée. He loves her, and she loves his money. And finally, Ava Lavender, Lydia's friend. Enough said. There you have it. You've met everyone. And with that, I give you the murder of Stephen Walters.
How should I know why we're here?
Well, you're his business partner.
And you're his fiancé.
Would you two quit your bickering?
And I most certainly don't know why you're here.
Because I was the future Mrs. Walters long before you were ever in the picture.
Yeah, was is the key word there, honey.
Ladies, please.
Must you bring her everywhere?
I was invited just like you.
Yeah, I bet you were.
As you may have gathered, these folks don't get along. They never have. To be quite honest, they're not the easiest of people to get along with.
Who's she talking to?
I don't know.
Who are you talking to?
The audience?
Oh, well, that's just great, Des. Go ahead and spoil the illusion.
I'm just trying to.
You're ruining the story.
I'm just...
You've broken our pace.
I'm acting as the narrator just as I'm supposed to.
And I suppose next I'll be telling them how it ends.
They know how it ends.
What?
What?
They know how it ends?
Then what's the point? This is supposed to be a mystery. How much of a mystery can there be when they know how it ends?
While it's true they know how it ends, they don't know who did it, only that it was done.
Isn't how a big part of the mystery?
It can be, but in this case, it's who, not how.
And they don't mind knowing the end up front?
They're still here, aren't they?
That guy sitting on his couch has yawned 3 times already.
I think he's about to fall asleep.
He won't fall asleep if you guys stick to the script and keep the story moving ahead.
Oh, so now it's our fault?
Let's just get back to the story, okay? Thank you. As I was saying, there's no great love shared amongst any of these folks. To put it most bluntly, they hate each other. But in that hate is the one common thread that brings them here today. As much as they may despise each other, they all hate Stephen Walters even more.
I'm still not so sure about you talking to the audience like that. I just don't understand it.
It's been done for thousands of years. It's called an aside.
Oh, what?
An aside, theoretically, when I'm speaking to the audience, you aren't supposed to hear me.
Well, that's just silly. You're right here. How can we help but hear you?
You don't understand. Of course you can hear me, but you're supposed to go on as though you can't. It's an opportunity for me as the narrator to speak with the audience. It's almost as though I'm having a personal conversation with each member of the audience. Shakespeare did this all the time. It's like the chorus in ancient Greek plays.
But this isn't a musical.
Just because there's a chorus doesn't mean there's a musical.
Well, then why would they have a chorus?
See? Well, that's what I'm trying to explain.
Then get on with it. We've got a story to tell here.
Right, the story. Where were we?
You were about to explain the purpose of the chorus to us?
I meant this story. Remember the murder and all?
I, for one, don't feel like I can continue until you explain this chorus business and that aside thing you keep pulling.
I'll have to second that one.
What are you doing here?
I wanted to hear what you guys are talking about.
Oh, good heavens. What about the audience?
What?
They've already paid their money. How do they know this isn't the story they came to see anyway?
Because we already told them it was a murder mystery.
Oh, right, that. I don't want to hear what this chorus is if it doesn't have to do with singing.
Folks, please bear with us for a minute. I promise this won't take long. We'll get right back to our story. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Yes,
Yes,
thank
thank
you.
you. We'll be right back. We promise.
As I said earlier, as the narrator, I will often speak to the audience as the story unfolds, much like the Greeks did in their plays thousands of years ago. But there, they used what was known as a chorus.
But they didn't sing?
They may have in some cases, but they didn't have to. You see, it wasn't the delivery that was important, it was the message.
What was the message?
It would depend on the story. What's important to understand now and how this relates to the statements to the audience is why the chorus was there in the first place.
Well, why were they there?
First and foremost, to help the story move forward.
Well, why not just let the characters tell the story through dialogue?
They probably could, but when a story is very complex, it would take hour after hour of dialogue just to set the stage for events about to happen. But if someone, a group of people, a chorus, were to fill in some of the background and detail as the story goes along, the audience gets all the facts, and then the most important parts of the story can be played out with dialogue.
I don't get it.
Yes. What are you talking about?
The chorus, or in this case, a narrator, provides details and information that may not be apparent to the audience, but are important to understanding the story as a whole.
But why do you keep talking to the audience?
To help the story move ahead.
Really? Because it seems like a way for you to get some extra lines and trying to upstage everyone.
Yeah, she's right about that.
It's nothing like that. Everything I say has been carefully crafted by the playwright. Every line, stage direction, and each aside has been thought out and written down. And for the story to work, it must be precisely followed.
Really? Because you do seem to have a lot of lines. And some of the speeches are even leaning towards soliloquies.
That isn't true.
No, then why is it that your lines are coming up every other time, yet we all have to play round robin?
I don't know. I'm just an actor doing my lines as written. If you want to take issue with the quantity of your lines, talk to the writer.
Maybe you already did, and that's why you have all the good lines.
This is getting too ridiculous. We have a story to tell, and I think we should get back to it.
That's easy for you to say, what with having the leading role and all.
I don't have the leading role.
Oh, no, Des? Well, then who does?
Well, I would say it's Steve.
Steve is the lead, but he's dead. At least I'm alive.
Not yet, he isn't.
Yeah, not yet, I'm not.
But he will be, and he hardly has any lines.
Yeah, what about that? I have more lines than Steve does.
Quantity of lines isn't the only factor in making the lead character.
Now what are you talking about?
The number of lines spoken is no criteria for calling someone the lead character.
Then what is?
The lead character, or protagonist, is the one who gives all the other characters a reason to be here.
Okay, this is way too technical. I'm bored.
Okay. We've gotten way off track again. Let's just get back to our story, the one that the audience came to see, and try to entertain them to the best of our abilities. Remember, every part is important to the story, no matter how large or how small.
Was that a shot at me?
No, I'm just trying to get the story back on track and at the same time appease your delicate actor egos.
Oh, okay then.
May I continue now?
Yeah, I
Yes,
guess.
I
It's really that
guess.
important.
And you're all okay with me being the narrator and speaking in asides to the audience?
If you
Yeah.
think it's
I
necessary.
guess. You're gonna do it anyway, so.
Thank you. Now, actors! Where was I? As I was saying, none of these folks care too much for the other, and they'd all been caught here for reasons yet unknown.
But I know why.
What are you doing?
I thought it was my responsibility to interject and draw attention to myself. You know, being the star and all.
Oh, the star! Well, now I've heard everything! The next thing you're gonna tell us is that the only reason these people are here is to see you!
People,
That's it! That's it! I can't do it!
please. Calm down. Lydia. And you, get out.
You have to leave.
May I get you anything? May I get you anything? Ahem! May I get you anything?
Wait, are you talking to them or to us?
To you. I'm the butler after all. May I get you anything?
Oh, no, I'm fine.
Anyone else?
No, thank you.
I think I like a root beer.
A what?
I like a root beer.
You're supposed to say no.
How's that?
When I say anyone else, you're supposed to say no.
I am.
Yes.
But I really am thirsty. Wait, I just totally skipped one. No, I didn't. But I really am thirsty. What?
You need to get with it, Jennifer. We have a story to tell after all.
But I am really thirsty.
You know, so am I.
People.
Me too, actually.
People.
You know, now that you mention it, I'm kind of thirsty too.
People.
Yeah, I'm thirsty too, Des.
People, please. What are you doing?
Well, you asked if you asked us if we wanted anything, and we said no.
As you should.
But we actually are thirsty.
But you're not supposed to be. It's not part of the script.
Really now? What has been part of the script so far?
I don't think that this is the time or place to go into that. We must finish telling the story.
Are you going to get us something to drink?
No, I am not going to get you something to drink. What I am going to do is try to get the story back on track.
Des is right. We have to get this story back on track.
And with that, I shall go.
I believe that's your cue, Jennifer.
What? My cue? Oh, right, of course. Okay. Before you go, why did Steve call us here tonight?
I'm only the butler, and to that I do not know.
And as the narrator,
To that, I cannot say.
We've been waiting like 10 minutes now, and we still haven't seen Steve. I'm just beginning to wonder if this is one of those practical jokes and he isn't even here.
No, he wouldn't do that. Would he?
He might. He loves to make us suffer and show he has complete control over every one of us.
He certainly doesn't control me.
I don't even know why you're here, dear.
I'm here because Steve wishes me to be here, dear. And truth be told, I'm pretty sure it's more than just my presence. What?
What was that?
What do you mean?
That comment just now.
Well,
Yes?
I was trying one of those asides like Des was doing earlier.
Oh, good heavens! This whole play has been one big farce. We might as well just walk around the stage insensibly babbling for 15 minutes and then send these kind people home.
What a spoil sport you are. I think you're jealous.
Jealous? Of what?
Of my superior acting and ad-libbing ability that I've used to carry you and the rest of this cast through the play.
Oh, come on. You've got to be kidding me.
I've seen you, all of you, looking at me in awe.
If that's short for awful, you're right.
Why you...
Or superior ad-libbing, I see.
All right, now apologize, Ava.
I won't.
Jennifer, make her apologize.
Apologize yourself.
Freeze! This is the police, and I've got you all covered.
The police? You're not a cop.
I know, I just always wanted to say that.
Oh, brother, if that is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Okay, how's that?
I'm gonna shoot.
I'm gonna shoot.
No, I'm gonna shoot.
I'm gonna shoot.
shoot.
Guns down, ladies. I'm gonna shoot. I'm not afraid to pull this trigger.
I will.
Ladies, come on, let's just put our guns down. It's just a play, you guys, that's all. Come on now, please, ladies. It isn't worth it. It isn't worth it. I mean, you've got so much to live for.
Well, this is where you came in. The gunshots, the body falling, the butler with the gun. With a little mystery, a little suspense, and a little humor, this has been the murder of Stephen Walters. It's been a pleasure having you here to share our story with you today, and we sincerely hope that you've enjoyed being with us as the audience, as we, the actors, have enjoyed you. Thanks for coming and have a great night.